Hey guys, this is the Thrunite TH10. This is the first headlamp from Thrunite, and I was very excited. My only other headlamp, the only one I've ever had, I presented I think a couple of years ago in a video amongst other things. It was nothing impressive. A small flashlight, I think the highest output was about 20 lumens, and it had a red light LED, which I like. It uses 3 AAA batteries, always practical, didn't weigh much, and I used it for years and years. But now I got this one. I'm very excited. First of all, because it has a highest output of 750 lumens. That is huge for a headlamp. Now, I really like the way it was thought out. As most Thrunite flashlights, the body of the flashlight is made out of an aircraft grade aluminium. The cap right here, the one that says open, and the other part, both are very well textured, so you can undo the cap very easily, even with a bandage finger. Works great. And it does have the additional head strap. Most headlamps do, except for the very light ones, but most do. With a battery, this one will weigh 178 grams. So ultralight backpackers might not like it. For me, that's not a problem. I much more appreciate the high lumen output than I care about the weight. And the second problem, let's call it a problem, would be the fact that it uses an 18650 rechargeable battery, or 2 CR123A batteries. I don't have a problem with that because I have the rechargeable batteries from Thrunite and they work great. Replacing the battery is very easy. All you have to do is unscrew the cap. It does have a spring in the cap and a spring down here, so when you will unscrew it, the battery will jump out of it. See that? You can just let it fall, but I do like the fact that it jumps out a bit. The user manual does state clearly the plus side of the battery goes into the tube first, which is very straightforward. You don't have to look for left or right. I've seen some that have a marking, plus and minus, on the flashlight. Now, this has O-rings right here, and right now, screw it on tight. It is waterproof, I think, for 30 minutes at a depth of 1.5 meters, and shockproof. It will resist an impact from 2 meters. I haven't tested those. I could just sling it over my shoulder, but I'm not going to do that. I've seen other people do it, and I've had no other problems with any of their flashlights. The design, I have to admit, is very modern. I'm not one to care for that, but it is very modern. And I think it was really well thought out. It has 6 modes. A Firefly mode, 0.2 lumen, a low, 11 lumen, medium, I think 172 lumen, a high, 490 lumen, turbo, 750 lumens, and an SOS mode. Now, the other flashlights from Thrunite have a strobe mode. I never cared so much for the strobe mode, except for the T30S version 2, which makes sense. It's a tactical self-defense flashlight. But I would much rather have an SOS mode, which this one does. Pretty cool. It works at 750 lumens and it's good for, I think, 4.5 hours. So you will be seen and they will get to you if that's what you need it for. How you get to the modes is also very clever. It has a memory function and it will work for the low, medium, and high modes. It won't work for the Firefly mode or for the turbo mode, but you can get to those very fast. So let's say you're in the middle of a night and you don't want to bother people, or you want to preserve your night vision. All you do is long press the switch and up comes 0.2 lumens. Very, very cool. Now, whether the flashlight is on or off doesn't matter. If you double click the switch, you will get 750 lumens. I usually keep it in the low mode, 11 lumen, because last time I went out, it happened I happen to look for something in the bag and I click the button. So I leave it at the 11 lumen mode. So if it accidentally turns itself, or I turn it on accidentally, it won't deplete the battery. Cycling through the modes is very easy. You only have to long press the switch. So let's take it from 0.2 lumen, low, medium, high. At the medium mode, I think you got all you need, unless you're going inside caves or something like that. Maybe you might need more light there, but with the medium mode you should be well set. I mainly use it in the medium mode. For inside the house, I do have it near my bed and I turn it on in the 11 lumen mode. Works great. Now I do not know how long the battery lasts inside them, but this is the first battery I put in this flashlight. Been playing with it for 2 weeks and it's still going strong. So that was it about the modes. I think that for the turbo mode, it's good for 2.5 hours. However, here's something that I haven't heard anybody else mention. If you leave it on in a turbo mode, after about 5 minutes it'll be warm, and after 10 minutes it will be very warm. Not hot that it will burn you, but it will be very warm, so you might actually damage the flashlight. I don't know why you would need that. And this is one of the things I like, because the way I see myself using this, if I'm somewhere out in the woods and I'm by the fire, I hear something in the bush, I want to see what it is, I quickly double click it and I can look very fast, see what it is. And regularly you can just keep it in the lowest mode or medium, let's say. And you see something, hear something, double click it, turbo mode. If you double click from the turbo mode, you get the strobe mode, the SOS mode. Very straightforward. I think it was very well thought out. One thing I've also liked very, very much, comparing it with my other headlamp, when you walk with your headlamp on, you would like to see what's going on in front of you and also illuminate everything else. So maybe there's an animal in front, maybe, I don't know. But usually you would keep it not straight forward, but angled a bit down. If I would do that with my other headlamp, I would get some glare, a bit of light in my eyes, which would really bother me. And it used to come into my eyes exactly before the point where I needed to hold it. So that was really annoying. With this one, if I will angle it completely down, start the turbo mode, you will see there is no light in my eyes. I just have a very, very bright nose. Pretty cool. Also, if you want to keep this, let's say in, I don't know, the high mode, at 3 meters in front of you, you will have, well, that's about 2.5 meters. You will have light directly at your feet. So you will not stumble on anything. I really, really enjoyed this feature. I don't know if it came from the design and it wasn't really thought out, but I like to think it was thought out, because most of the things that Thrunite does are thought out. Very, very cool. Now, I put the flashlight, the headlamp, on my head for a reason, and that is to show you, it does sit very well. If you want to go jogging with it, it will hop a bit, but I think it's still doable. However, and I'm hoping you can see these marks, this is made out of a very soft rubber material. And it is very soft, and it does not bother me right now. But I'm thinking, if you were to have this on your head for 2-3 hours, go hiking, I don't know, you might need it in the winter. You might do something that requires you to wear your headlamp for 2 or 3 hours. It might get painful, I don't know. Personally, I don't have a problem with that, because I almost always have a bandana in summer at night. It'll keep the mosquitoes off my head. I don't have very long hair. I guess that's clear, and I also carry a bandana during the day to keep the sweat from dripping in my eyes. So most of the times I will have a bandana. Now if it's really hot outside and the sun will evaporate my sweat, I won't have it, but bandana or a beanie or something, I will have it on my head. So that's not really a problem for me, but I thought it was important for me to mention this because somebody might not like this. You could put some foam padding or something, but the three problems I mentioned, you know, weight, battery, and this might be uncomfortable, are nothing in compared to what it gives you at a price of $40. $40, I think it's a bargain. For 750 lumens, 6 modes, it's really cool. If you have any questions, if I failed to cover a certain thing which you were really interested in, please let me know in the comments section. I will try to get to it as soon as possible. I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, I wish you all a great day.